There are laws in the world that sound so strange. You'd think they were made as a joke? Not ancient laws, not outdated myths, real laws, still enforced, right now. Some of them control what you wear, some control what you eat, and some control things you would never even think about. But here's the part that makes it even crazier. Most of these laws were created for a reason, a serious one. Yet today, they feel completely unnecessary, or just confusing. And as we go through this list, you'll notice something strange. The more developed the country, the stranger some of the rules can be. Let's get into it. Country 1, Australia. Let's start in Australia, a country known for its wildlife, beaches, and laid-back lifestyle. But here's a law that surprises a lot of people. In certain parts of Australia, it is illegal to change a light bulb if you are not a licensed electrician. Yes, something as simple as replacing a bulb can technically be against the law. Why? Safety. The government classifies electrical work as hazardous, so only certified professionals are allowed to handle it. Now imagine this. Your light goes out. You grab a new bulb. And technically, you're not supposed to install it yourself. Of course, many people still do. But legally, it's restricted. It sounds excessive, but it shows how far safety regulations can go. And this is just the beginning. Country 2, Italy. Now let's go to Italy, a country known for beauty, history, and culture. But here's something unexpected. In certain cities in Italy, it is illegal to die. Yes, illegal to die. Now obviously, this isn't about stopping death. It's about something else. In small towns like Falciano del Masico, there are no functioning cemeteries. So the local government passed a rule: residents are not allowed to die within city limits. It sounds absurd, but the intention was practical. Still, it raises a strange situation. If something happens, what does that even mean legally? It's one of those laws that makes you pause and question everything. But the next one? This one is about something much more common. Country 3, Thailand. Now we head to Thailand, a country known for tourism, culture, and vibrant cities. Here's a law that almost no visitor expects. In Thailand, it is illegal to step on money, specifically their currency. Why? Because every Thai bill features the image of the king, and stepping on it is seen as deeply disrespectful. Now imagine this. You drop money on the ground. Your instinct? Step on it to stop it from blowing away. In Thailand, that simple reaction can actually get you into trouble. It's not just a rule. It's tied to culture, respect, and national identity. And if you break it, the consequences can be serious. This is where things start to shift. Because now, we're not just talking about rules. We're talking about values. And the next one? It's about something you do every single day. Country 4, Japan. Now we move to Japan, a country known for discipline, cleanliness, and precision. Here's a law that might surprise you. In Japan, there are regulations around your body weight. Yes, your body weight. This is known as the Metabo Law. It requires companies to measure employees' waistlines and encourages keeping them within a certain range. Why? Public health. The government wants to reduce obesity and prevent long-term healthcare costs. Now think about that. Your employer checking your waist size, not as a suggestion, but as part of a national initiative. It's not enforced with punishment on individuals, but companies are expected to comply. It blurs the line between personal life and public policy, and for many people, it feels intrusive. But the next law? This one is much more direct. Country 5, Greece. Let's go to Greece, a country full of history, landmarks, and ancient sites. But here's something you might not expect. In Greece, wearing high heels at certain historical sites is banned. Yes, your shoes. Why? Because high heels can damage ancient structures. Think about it. Thin heels, heavy pressure. Over time, they can chip away at stone surfaces. So the government stepped in. No heels allowed. Now imagine planning a trip. You dress up. You arrive. And suddenly, you're told your shoes aren't allowed. It might feel inconvenient, but it protects something much bigger. Thousands of years of history. Still, it's a rule most people wouldn't expect. And the next one? This one gets even more unusual. Country 6, Canada. Now we head to Canada, a country known for politeness and order. But here's a law that sounds almost unreal. In certain parts of Canada, it is illegal to own too many coins. Yes, coins. There are limits on how many coins you can use in a single transaction. For example, you can't pay for large purchases using only pennies or nickels. Why? To prevent inconvenience and to keep transactions efficient. Now imagine this. You walk into a store. You try to pay with a pile of coins, and the cashier says they legally can't accept it. It sounds small, but it shows how even everyday interactions can be regulated. And now, we've reached the final one. And this one might be the strangest of all. Country 7, United Kingdom. Let's go to the United Kingdom, a country with a long legal history and some very unusual laws. Here's one that stands out. In the UK, it is technically illegal to handle a salmon suspiciously. Yes, that's the actual wording. Handling salmon in suspicious circumstances. Now obviously, this isn't about normal behavior. It was created to prevent illegal fishing. But the wording? It leaves a lot to the imagination. What exactly counts as suspicious? How do you define it? It turns a serious issue into something that sounds almost comedic. Yet it's still part of the law, and it reminds us of something important. Sometimes, laws don't age well. Reflection. Now take a moment. Because when you look at all of these laws together, you start to see a pattern. Most of them were created for a reason. Safety, respect, protection, efficiency. But over time, those reasons can fade. And what's left feels confusing or even unnecessary. It shows how different countries think, how they prioritize different things, and how culture shapes rules. Because what feels normal in one place can feel completely unreasonable in another. Outro. And here's the truth. This list is just scratching the surface. There are laws around the world that control how you dress, what you can say, and even how you live your daily life. Some make sense, some don't. But all of them tell a story about the place they come from. So now I want to know, which one surprised you the most? And which one do you think makes the least sense? Drop it in the comments. And if you enjoy content like this, subscribe, because there's a lot more to uncover. And the deeper we go, the stranger it gets. What if I told you there are places in the world where something as simple as chewing gum, or even how you flush your toilet, could get you fined, or even break the law? Not dangerous crimes. Not anything extreme. Just normal, everyday behavior. Things you do without thinking. But in some countries, those same actions are considered illegal. And the reasons behind them? Some are about safety, some are about culture, and some make no sense at all. But the deeper we go, the stranger it gets. Let's get into it. Country 1. Singapore. In Singapore, chewing gum is banned. You can't sell it. You can't import it freely. And distributing it can lead to serious fines. Why? Because people used to stick gum everywhere. including train doors causing malfunctions. So instead of regulating it, they eliminated it. No gum, no mess. Country 2. Switzerland. In parts of Switzerland, flushing your toilet after 10 p.m. can be considered illegal. Why? Noise pollution. Some buildings restrict late-night noise, and somehow flushing counts. It reflects something deeper. Community comfort comes before individual convenience. Country 3. Japan. In Japan, certain cold medicines are banned, even common ones like Sudafed, because they contain pseudoephedrine, an ingredient linked to illegal drug production. Travelers have been detained at airports for carrying it. Something normal elsewhere can be illegal here. Country 4. France. In French schools, ketchup is banned. Why? To preserve traditional cuisine. Students are encouraged to appreciate real flavors, not rely on processed condiments. There's only one exception: French fries. Country 5. United Arab Emirates. In the UAE, some calling features on apps like WhatsApp are restricted. You can text, but calling may not work. The government regulates communication closely, forcing calls through approved systems. Country 6. Germany. In Germany, running out of fuel on the Autobahn is illegal. Why? Because it's considered preventable and dangerous at high speeds. Even walking on the highway afterward can result in a fine. Country 7. Denmark. In Denmark, you can't freely choose any name for your child. There is an approved list of names. If your chosen name isn't on it, you must apply for permission. It's meant to protect children, but it turns naming into a regulated process. At first, these laws seem strange, but most come from real problems: cleanliness, safety, culture, order. Different countries solve problems differently, and sometimes those solutions feel extreme. And this is just the beginning. There are places where you can't take selfies in certain areas, you can't wear specific clothing, and even how you walk your dog is regulated. So, if this surprised you, there's a lot more coming. Comment which country shocked you the most, and subscribe for more facts that show how different the world really is.